telling you about the arts integration strategy, Personification. This is a theater strategy, and the steps to using this strategy with your students are as follows. Use a recently read story and talk to the students about the characters and the characters' physical and personality traits. Talk to the students about what those physical and personality traits could look like. Example, an angry character might be represented by something that's red and pointy. A tall character in the story could be represented by a long line. You'll want to keep a list of characters and what students think that their personality and physical character traits could look like on the board. Have each student select a character from the story or assign a character to each student. Using the list on the board of characters and what the traits would look like, have each student try and find a small object in the room. This could be shoes, pencils, markers, books, boxes, anything in the classroom that it's okay for them to move around that they could use to represent a certain character. Students may then use the objects as a puppet to help deepen their understanding of the story. And this can be scaffolded to cater to a lot of different grade levels. It could be just as simple as discussing why the student chose that object to represent that character to make sure that they understand what those character traits were. You could even go more in depth and use this as a way to augment their vocabulary, to teach new vocabulary, and maybe even pair this strategy with the theater strategy hot seat, where students would use their puppet and try to answer questions in the way that they think that character would. After using this strategy, you'll want to reflect with your students and discuss with the students, did their puppet really personify that character's traits, and how? Is there more than one interpretation to that character? Could that character have been represented by a different object? If so, why did they choose the object they chose? And then also discuss with them if the different interpretations, the different objects really physically show the character's traits. To give you a hands-on demonstration of what this strategy might look like, I have a lower level book here called A Hungry Lion or a Dwindling Assortment of Animals. And so if we look at the first page, it says, once upon a time, there was a hungry lion, a penguin, a turtle, a little calico kitten, a brown mouse, a bunny with floppy ears, and a bunny with unfloppy ears, a frog, a bat, a pig, a slightly bigger pig, a woolly sheep, a koala, and also a hen. So there are a lot of characters listed, and so we would want to list these out on the board. And then we would want to talk about what we know about these characters from their description in the book. So we know that the lion is hungry, and we can see in the picture that he's kind of an orange color and he's bigger than all of the other animals. And so we might be looking for an object that's large, that is orange, and we know that the lion is hungry. So we want to think about how we could personify that with an object. Some other examples in here, some of the animals don't have any descriptors with them, but we know what they look like by knowing what the animal is or by looking at the picture. So we can kind of make some inference and decide what those characters might look like if they were just an object. And so we're going to make a list of all of these animals and what they might look like. And then you would have students choose one or assign one to students and then have them search around the classroom for objects that personify their character. All right, I have some objects here to give you examples of what that might look like. I didn't find objects for all of the animals, but I found this clothespin to personify the bunny with the pointy ears because it has the points on top and it's fairly small, like a bunny would be. And I found this black and white dry erase marker to represent our penguin, because penguins stand up kind of tall like this marker, and they're black and white. And then I found this orange box to represent our hungry lion, because it's large, it's a lot bigger than my other objects. It's orange, just like the lion in the book, and it's empty. And we know that our lion is hungry, so it must have had an empty tummy. That is personification in a nutshell. Be sure to ask Mr. Daly or one of the other specialist teachers if you want help with this strategy, or just dive in and give it a try yourself. This can be used really easily both in person and virtually, because virtual students could still participate by looking for objects around their own home. So we hope you give personification a try with your students and have fun.